Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome all of you for today's isopanishad session. Let us begin with prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Reading from the book Sri Ishopanishad by His Divine Grace Vishwaguru Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Mantra 5. Tadejati tannai taddure tadvantike tadantarasya sarvasya tadu sarvasyasya bahyataha. Translation and purport by Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The Supreme Lord walks and does not walk. He is far away, but he is very near as well. He is within everything, and yet he is outside of everything. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. We are reading from the purport from the point we left yesterday. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 11, the Lord says that how he treats his devotee depends on the devotee's degree of surrender. The Lord reserves the right not to reveal himself to anyone and everyone, but to show himself only to those souls who surrender unto him. Thus, for the surrendered soul, he is always within reach, whereas for the unsurrendered soul, he is far, far away and cannot be approached. In this connection, two words the revealed scriptures often apply to the Lord. Saguna means with qualities, and Nirguna means without qualities. Saguna and Nirguna are very important. The word Saguna does not imply that when the Lord appears with perceivable qualities, he must take on a material form and be subject to the laws of material nature. For him, there is no difference between the material and spiritual energies because he is the source of all energies. As the controller of all energies, he cannot at any time be under their influence as we are. The material energy works according to his direction. Therefore, he can use that energy for his purposes without ever being influenced by any of the qualities of that energy. In this sense, he is nirguna, without qualities. Nor does the Lord become a formless entity at any time, for ultimately he is the eternal form, the primeval Lord. His impersonal aspect or Brahman effulgence is but the glow of his personal rays, just as the sun's rays are the glow of the sun god. When the child saint Prahalad Maharaja was in the presence of his atheist father, his father asked him, "Where is your God?" When Prahalada replied that God resides everywhere, the father angrily asked whether his God was within one of the pillars of the palace. And the child said yes. At once the atheist king shattered the pillar in front of him to pieces, and the Lord instantly appeared as Narasimha, the half man, half lion incarnation, and killed the atheist king. Thus, the Lord is within everything, and he creates everything by his different energies. Through his inconceivable powers, he can appear at any place in order to favor his sincere devotee. Lord Narasimha appeared from within the pillar not by the order of the atheist king, but by the wish of his devotee Prahalada. An atheist cannot order the Lord to appear, but the Lord will appear anywhere and everywhere to show mercy to his devotee. The Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 8, similarly states that the Lord appears in order to vanquish non believers and protect believers. Of course, the Lord has sufficient energies and agents who can vanquish atheists, but it pleases him to personally favor a devotee. Therefore, he descends as an incarnation. Actually, he descends only to favor his devotees and not for any other purpose. In Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, verse 35, it is said that Govinda, the primeval Lord, enters everything by his plenary portion. He enters the universe as well as all the atoms of the universe. He is outside in his Virat form and he is within everything as Antaryami. As Antaryami, he witnesses everything that is going on and he awards us the results of our actions as karma phala. We ourselves may forget what we have done in previous lives, but because the Lord witnesses our actions, the results of our actions are always there and we have to undergo the reactions nonetheless. The fact is that there is nothing but God within and without. Everything is a manifestation of his different energies, like the heat and light emanating from a fire. And in this way, there is a oneness among his diverse energies. Although there is oneness, however, the Lord in his personal form still enjoys unlimitedly all the pleasures enjoyed minutely by the tiny part and parcel living entities. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. So we have been discussing the fifth mantra of Ishopanishad this week. Tadejati tannaijati. The Lord walks and he does not walk. Tad dure tadvantike. He is very far away, at the same time he is very near to everybody. Tad antarasya sarvasya. He is inside every living entity, inside every atom. Tadu sarvasyasya bahyataha. He is also present externally to everybody. So he is present inside, he is present outside. He is very far away, he is very close to us. So these are all the contradictions that we had discussed yesterday also. How these contradictions get reconciled with the understanding of the Lord's inconceivable powers and also the Lord's reciprocation with his devotees. So, for the devotees, he is very nearby. For the non devotees, he is very far away. For the sake of his devotees, he can appear from anywhere and everywhere. Whereas, for the sake of the demons, demoniac persons, the Lord does not reciprocate with them at all. Therefore, he is very far away from them. And the Lord is present inside every living entity as well. This we have the information from the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna himself says in the 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto mattasmritir jnanam apohanam cha. The Lord is present inside the heart of every living entity. He is the witness of all our activities. And He is supplying us intelligence, remembrance, and forgetfulness. He is also witnessing all our activities and sanctioning our results. So, since He is present inside our heart, He is called Antaryami. He is present inside every atom. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So, the Lord is present inside every Anda, Jagadanda, universe. At the same time, he is also present inside the Paramanu, the atoms. So he is present everywhere. There is no place in this world where he is not present. So this can be fully realized only by a pure devotee. Just like Prabhupada is quoting the example of Prahalad Maharaj. So Prahalad Maharaj, without a doubt, had realized this statement. Ito Narasimha, Parato Narasimha, Yato Yato Yami Tato Narasimha, Bahir Narasimha, Hridayer Narasimha, Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye. What is the meaning of this Kirtan, Narasimha Kirtan we sing every day? Lord Narasimha is here, he is there also. Wherever I see, the Lord Narasimha is present. Now, this is true only for a pure devotee like Prahalada. A pure devotee, I mean, only he can realize. It is true for everybody, but only pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj can realize this actually. That is why when he was asked by his atheistic father, Hiranyakashipu, where is your Hari? He said, my Lord is everywhere. He's inside me, he's inside you, he's inside everywhere. Every atom, he's present. So, this is the way the pure devotee is able to understand the inconceivable presence of the Lord in this material world within every atom. Actually, great yogis, they may do tapasya, meditation for millions of years, or great jnanis, they may study the scriptures, try to speculate about the Lord, but they will never be able to realize the Lord the way a pure devotee like Prahalada realizes. This is very important. So Lord Narasimha appeared just for the sake of a 5-year-old boy. Apparently, this 5-year-old boy was neither a yogi nor a jnani, but he was a faithful devotee. So, time and again, every incarnation of the Lord, if you observe, the Lord appears for the sake of his devotees only, not for the sake of karmis or jnanis or yogis. The Lord does not reciprocate with them by personally appearing in front of them because they are not interested in the Lord. They are not interested. The karmis are interested only to get material rewards by following the rituals prescribed in the Vedas. That's all they want from God. If at all there is a sanctioning authority called God, he should simply satisfy all my material desires. That is what the karmis expect from the Lord. And the Lord reciprocates with them in that way only. The Lord does not take the trouble of coming and appearing in front of the karmis and having loving dealings with them. He doesn't do that with the karmis. The jnanis are wanting to know the Lord, know the all pervading aspect of the Lord through their ability to speculate. They just want to have the satisfaction that through my own speculative powers, I am able to appreciate the presence of the all pervading Brahman. That's all they want. And they also want to have the satisfaction of merging into the Brahman, becoming one with Brahman. And the Lord reciprocates with them in that way. He does not personally appear in front of the Gyanis also. And as far as the yogis are concerned, they just want various powers, yogic siddhis. That is what they want from the Lord. So, according to the yogis, if I simply meditate on the form of the Lord within my heart, it helps me to it helps me to control my ever wandering mind and ever disturbing senses. And what is the purpose of meditating according to them? Why they are meditating on the Paramatma within the heart? They just want to control their senses and mind and become able to receive higher yogic powers. They want to make their body and mind suitable to receive higher forces, higher powers of yoga, yogic powers, so that they can lord over this world. So they are not interested in personally serving the Lord. They are only interested in gaining the mystic powers which the Lord can give them. So even for them, the Lord does not come. That is why Lord himself says to Narad Muni in one place, he says, Naham tishtami vaikunte, Naham yoginam hridayeshuva, Yatra gayanti madbhaktaha, Tatra tishtami narada. The Supreme Lord spoke to Narad Muni and he said, "Oh, my dear Narad Muni, you are a great devotee. Please listen. You may find me in Vaikuntha or you may not find me. And you may not find me inside the heart of a meditating yogi also. But definitely you can find me at the place where my devotees are singing, chanting my glories. At that place you can definitely find me." That means a yogi may do so much of austerities by depriving himself of all the pleasures of this world and taking up so much of tapasya just to control his senses and mind. But the Lord is not so pleased with a yogi who is going through all such austerities simply for getting some mystic powers than that he is pleased with a devotee who takes pleasure in chanting the holy names of the Lord. So wherever the holy names of the Lord are chanted, immediately the Lord's presence is there. And an advanced devotee can feel the presence of the Lord simply by chanting his holy names. So this is the speciality, how the Lord reciprocates with different people according to their mentalities, according to their bhava. That is why the Lord is called Bhava Grahi. The Lord is very, very sensitive to our feelings towards Him, our approach towards Him. What is our approach towards Him? The Lord is very, very sensitive to our approach, to our feelings. No one can be more sensitive than the Lord because exactly the way a particular living entity approaches the Lord, exactly as per his bhava, the Lord reciprocates. The Lord does not enforce himself upon anybody. If somebody is an atheist, the Lord does not go in front of him, force himself upon him and say, "See, I am existing. Why are you saying God is not there?" He can do this, but the Lord doesn't do it. Why does the Lord not go in front of an atheist and prove to him that I exist? Just that's because the Lord respects every jiva's free will. And also the point that Srila Prabhupada mentions here in this connection, Prabhupada says the Lord reserves the right not to reveal himself to anyone and everyone, but to show himself only to those souls who surrender unto him. So to be able to have a relationship with the personality of Godhead, one must have the necessary qualifications and maturity in devotional service. Only then one will be able to properly treat the personality of the Lord. If one is not developed that, he has not developed that qualification. If one is not developed, he has not matured his feelings of dealing personally with the Lord and serving the Lord with love and devotion, the Lord does not reveal himself to such a person. That is what Krishna also says. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritaha. I do not reveal myself to everybody. Naham prakasha sarvasya. I am not prakasha. I am not evident to everybody. I don't reveal myself to everybody. I conceal myself to those who are not qualified. So the Yoga Maya curtain, just like when you go to have darshan in the temple, if the curtain in the altar is closed, you will not be able to see the Lord, the deity. In the same way, that curtain of Yoga Maya covers our vision from the Lord, of the Lord. So once we become qualified, like Prahlad Maharaj did not see the pillar. Prahlad Maharaj saw the Lord inside the pillar. So the materialistic people like Hiranyakashipu, they are only carried away by the externals. Hiranyakashipu, he also was a great sense controller in one sense because he did so much tapasya to please Lord Brahma. In fact, it is said that the kind of tapasya that Hiranyakashipu did, no one had done before. And in the future also, no one will be able to do that kind of intense tapasya with so much concentration, with so much sense control, self control. He did it. So he's not an ordinary person. But he failed to recognize the Lord's presence in the pillar, which his 5-year-old boy, Prahlada, was able to see. So that means One can be a great tapasvi, but he may not be qualified to see the Lord everywhere. So that's why Krishna also says in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, it is not through tapasya, not through Vedic study, it is not through austerity, not through charity that you can see me as I am standing in front of you, O Arjuna. It is only by undivided devotional service that one will be able to see me. This is a very important statement that Krishna is making in the Bhagavad Gita. We should not think that I will do some tapasya, I will do some tapas dana, some charity, or I will do some Vedic study. I will memorize some verses from the Vedas, and through this I will become qualified to understand Krishna, to see Krishna. No, Krishna himself is saying, you cannot see me by either by Vedic study or by tapasya or by dana, charity, or by any other pious activities. You cannot see me. Only if you develop this ananya bhakti, undivided devotional service, without diverting your attention to anything else or anyone else, if you simply surrender to me and render service to me in loving devotional service, then you will become qualified to see me personally, face to face. So, Prahlad Maharaj had developed that Ananya Bhakti towards the Lord. Therefore, he was seeing the Lord everywhere, every time, always. So this is also revealed in the Brahma Samhita. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shyama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So the pure devotees, they are able to perceive the Shyama Sundara form of the Lord 24 bar 7 within their hearts because they have developed the qualification of love, and pure bhakti. Pure bhakti ultimately matures into pure love. So the pure devotees of the Lord, they are not interested in elevating themselves to heavenly planets like the karmis. They are not interested in speculating, becoming a scholar like jnanis. The pure devotees are not interested in gaining some yogic siddhis like the yogis, but they are simply interested in rendering service to the Lord. In fact, in the third canto of Bhagavatam, Lord Kapila instructs Mother Devahuti about the greatness of his pure devotees. So Lord Kapila says, for my pure devotees, even if I go personally and offer them mukti, they won't accept. Diyamanam na grinanti. Even if I go and offer them, what to speak of material comforts, material rewards, even if I give them liberation, if it is devoid of service to me, my pure devotees will not accept such liberation, such mukti also. So this is how my pure devotees conquer me with their selfless attitude. Like this, Lord Kapila explains to Mother Devahuti. That means the Lord, the Lord becomes attracted to the selfless attitude of a pure devotee. And that is why he comes running when such a pure devotee calls with love and devotion. The Lord comes. So this is the difference between a pure devotee of the Lord and those who are simply running behind material things. In fact, the Bhagavatam says in the sixth canto that among many, many liberated persons, the devotees who are Narayana Parayana, they are very, very rare. The devotees who have completely dedicated to the loving service of the Supreme Lord, Narayana, Krishna, such pure devotees are extremely rare. Pure devotional service is very, very rarely achieved. It is one of the six qualifications of pure bhakti that is mentioned in the very beginning of Nectar of Devotion. It is Sudurlabha. Sudurlabha means it is extremely rare. So finding a pure devotee of the Lord, it is extremely rare. In a particular universe, there may be two or three pure devotees. That means it is a countable number, very, very less number. It is very rare. But we are all very fortunate that we have come in touch with such a pure devotee of the Lord, Srila Prabhupada. We have come in touch with his movement, his Vani, his instructions. Uh, we are very fortunate that Srila Prabhupada has mercifully agreed to accept us and deliver us from this material existence. Even after his physical presence, Prabhupada says, I will accept you as my disciple if you follow my instructions seriously, if you read my books. I will always instruct you. I will give you shelter at my lotus feet. I will take you back home, back to Godhead. This is my responsibility. So we are such a fortunate people we are. Even though we are born in this Kali Yuga, by the mercy of Lord Krishna, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we have come in touch with the pure movement of Srila Prabhupada. All that we have to do is very sincerely follow what Srila Prabhupada is saying. We should be very, very sincere. We may not be able to follow 100%. That's okay, but we must put our sincere efforts. Sincere efforts is what counts. We may not be able to instantly follow 100%. We may not have the qualification of being a pure devotee currently. It doesn't matter. Simply by associating with pure devotee Srila Prabhupada, his Vani, we can gradually become purified. And Prabhupada says you can also become a pure devotee. So it is possible. It is not impossible. It may be difficult. It is difficult because for many, many lifetimes we have never tried to become a devotee. For many, many lifetimes, we have, first of all, millions of lifetimes, we have simply wandered in animal species, in plant species, and we have simply enjoyed various kinds of material, so-called sense gratification in those species. And after that, even if we are born in human life, we have not taken spiritual life seriously. That why? How do we say that we have not taken spiritual life seriously? Even though we have got human life many times before. What is the proof for that? The proof is that even now we are stuck in the material sense gratification business. Even now we are still in the material world. Even now we have not developed pure love for Krishna. That is a proof that in the past lives also we have simply led a life of sense gratification. So at least now we should awaken. We are so fortunate, blessed we are. So we should take what Srila Prabhupada says very, very seriously. We should not let a moment pass without utilizing it in some or the other way, in remembering Krishna, in serving Krishna, right? So Srila Prabhupada has given us so many books so that we can study them and understand about our goal of life. So we have to make the best use of these books of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, I am present in my books. And anybody who is sincerely reading my books, I am giving them this transcendental knowledge. So we should be very careful. We should not fall into the trap of familiarity. We must take it very seriously. And in this way, we should actually transcend the cycle of birth and death, this material existence, by holding on to Srila Prabhupada's instructions and following his instructions very sincerely. So this mantra of Isopanishad, Prabhupada is concluding by saying that the Lord, there is nothing but God within and without. Within every atom, within every living entity, He is Antaryami, He is present inside. And outside, He is present in His Virat Rupa. This entire universe itself is His Virat form. So therefore, inside and outside, Bahir Narasimha, Hrudayer Narasimha. Narasimham Adim Sharanam Prapadye. So I surrender to Lord Narasimha, the Supreme Lord, who is present both inside me and outside me also. He is the Adi, He is the beginning of everything. So I surrender unto Him. So Sarvam Krishnamayam Jagat. He is present inside also, He is present outside also. So everything is a manifestation of His different energies. Hmm? And in this way, there is oneness in His diverse energies. Even though the Lord has got diverse energies, all of them have oneness. What is that oneness? It is all coming from the Lord. Although there is oneness, Prabhupada says, the Lord in his personal form still enjoys unlimitedly all the pleasures enjoyed minutely by the tiny part and parcel living entities. So, whatever pleasures we are enjoying, uh, that is actually enjoyed by the Lord unlimitedly. That's why he's called, he is Anandamayaha, Anandamayo Bhyasa. But his enjoyment has got nothing to do with material tendencies. We are under the influence of Maya, bewildered. But Krishna's energy, Krishna's enjoyment is totally on the spiritual platform. So this we have to understand. So with this, we come to the end of today's session. We shall meet again in the next session. We will continue to read. Next, we shall be discussing Mantra 6 of Ishopanishad in the next session. We'll close here. Shri Ishopanishad ki Jai. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada Jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
In a few moments, we will be having the chanting of the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Please stay online.